so I'm going a little bit light. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Showtimers. I'm Vicki Haney, and on behalf of the Board of Directors, we're just delighted to have everybody here tonight. I know sometimes, you're brave souls when it's out cold and drizzly, so thank you for coming. With that, I know you're going to enjoy Dwayne's stage reading of his Southern comedy, Miss Cowpie Bingo. Dwayne is a Botetourt resident and playwright and has written 2 full-length plays in 2014. His dark drama, 39 Hours in the Soviet City of Roses, will be performed this month in New York, I believe as a staged reading. And also Softball is Life, which he had his stage reading here last year about this time, is also going to be held up in New York in March of 2015. Miss Cowpie Bingo is directed by Laura Cordes. Okay. Performers this evening include Tim Kennard, Patrick Kennerly, Heather Sexton, Emma Sala, Gwyneth Stroke, Kelly Anglin, Nancy Lawrence, and Jason Palmer, and Luke Clark is reading stage directions. We will have a 10-minute intermission, and at that time, if you'd like to talk to me about volunteering at the theater, we're always looking for more helping hands, and we're also glad to take donations if you'd like to make a donation to Showtimers, and all of those are tax deductible. We've got a list of our season slate for 2015 back in the lobby, so we hope if you're not a patron already, that you'll join us for shows this next year, and we still have season tickets available. Restrooms are over here to the right, and of course, we have exits the same way you came in the back, and there's another one over here to the side, to your left. Now, if you'll turn off your electronic devices, we'd appreciate that, and enjoy the show. Happy New Year.
Miss Cowpie Bingo by Dwayne Yancey. We are somewhere in rural Texas. Outside at the moment, beer cans set on a row of fence posts. One by one we hear a gunshot, and a beer can falls on. Shot until just one is left. From off stage, we hear Zeke drunkenly yell, "Hey, where's my beer?" A final gunshot, and the last beer can falls. Meredith enters. She's a teenage girl. She's holding a long gun and proceeds to pick up the beer cans.
I said, has anybody seen my beer? I had one left.
Meredith realizes the last can was full.
Uh-oh.
Meredith picks up the last beer can and watches the beer run out.
If I find somebody taking my beer, I'm gonna... Hey, who put the... Oh, wow. Are those the Northern Lights?
Meredith realizes Zeke has stumbled and probably passed out. She tosses the empty beer can into the air. It doesn't come back down and fires her gun. Lights out. The living room of a downscale home somewhere in rural Texas. Zelda, a punked-out teenage girl, is playing video games. Zeke, her dad, is passed out, drunk, in his recliner.
Come on now. Look out for the trolls under the bridge. The axe. I need a double-bladed axe, but that's gonna cost me 25 life points. Gotta do it if I'm gonna get to the next level. Okay, got my blade. Now we're in business.
Who's winning?
Right now the trolls are.
Trolls? I thought we were playing the Giants.
Giants are the next level up.
Damn expansion team.
Alright, here they come. Get ready to rumble. Yes, heads will roll. Heads will roll.
Zelda starts making sounds of trolls being beheaded.
Ow, that's gotta hurt.
We hear a door slam. Rhonda, the mom, enters, issuing pronouncements as if she expects everyone to listen to her. She's in a nice dress. She's just come from a pageant where Meredith was a contestant.
Well, that didn't exactly go as planned. I really thought the Miss Nine-Banded Armadillo pageant was the one. I mean, Darlene Duckworth had already won the Miss Rattlesnake Roundup pageant, so we didn't have to worry about her anymore. Besides, having to wear those little jingle bells all the time, well, let's just say, with the way she's built, she's going to sound like Santa's sleigh whenever she walks into the room. Jingle all the way. Well, better get your crafting done now, because they're going to be buying her so many bells, she won't have a single one left for Christmas. Oh, bless her heart. And then Abby Luckenbach was out there after that very unfortunate incident at the Miss Artificial Insemination of West Texas pageant. I told them they should have tried to do the runway part out in the ring with all those bulls. You do know what they do to those poor little things, don't you? I don't know if they were just upset or just... Anyway, you should have seen Meredith tonight. Oh, she looked simply stunning. Of course, a can of hairspray and a roll of duct tape can work wonders for just about any kind of problem. I don't know why they had the ceiling so low in that place. In hindsight, maybe that wasn't the best place to try out her fire baton routine.
Meredith enters, still in her pageant gown and completely singed.
Do you happen to know what the deductible is on our personal property insurance?
Ruined! My whole life is ruined!
Now, it's only one evening. I'm sure your hair will grow back. In time.
In time for what? The zombie apocalypse?
Thomasina,
It's Zelda.
I am not calling you Zelda.
Fine. You can call me Moonscream then. Moonscream the Troll Slayer. And it's all your fault.
That is not entirely so. It is true that I did suggest that a fire baton routine wasn't something the judges have seen in quite a while. Well, at least not since Cindy Henderson won Miss Pre-Teen Pork Producer, that time in Wichita Falls, with Flamin' Pig on a stick. She sure did have a flair for the dramatic. Of course, she's serving time now for setting fire to all those porta-johns at the rodeo. I'm sure she had no idea her ex-husband was in one of them. Anyway, if that pageant consultant from Dallas had shown up like she said she was, well, I'm sure all of this could have been avoided.
I never even wanted to be in the stupid pageant anyway.
Now, I am disappointed too, but don't you worry. You'll get him in the next one.
I don't want to be in the next one.
Well, you may have a point there. The next one is Miss Texarkana Tractor Pull. They're very big on talent there, for some reason. But after that is Miss Roadkill. For that, all you need is... Oh, well, we can get you a box of tissues.
I don't want to be in any of them.
Meredith starts to stomp out of the room.
Where are you going?
Where else? I'm going to get my stress reliever.
Now you've gone and done it.
Someday you'll thank me for this. You'll look back on this as the best days of your life.
Way to cheer up, Mom.
Don't start on me, young lady. Your time's coming.
The only thing coming for me is a tribe of three-headed cave demons. They apparently didn't learn anything from those trolls back there.
We need to get you a nice evening gown.
Chainmail.
Fix up your hair.
I can't decide whether to shave my head or to try to grow dreads. What do you think? Maybe half and half?
Find you a talent.
Wee! Wow! Now it's a tribe of no-headed demons. How's that for talent?
I don't even know why I bother sometimes. I blame you for this. If you had stronger sperm, maybe we would have had boys. Boys who could play football. Boys who could win scholarships. These are scholarship pageants, remember? Not beauty pageants. That's why they like girls with big talent and big GPAs. Who am I kidding? This family's never gonna win anything. We couldn't even win a race against a three-legged turtle conked out on sleeping pieces.
Oh, all-time triple level points champion. I am the new empress of the Eternal Empire. I am the rightful ruler of the realm, slayer of trolls, subduer of giants, exterminator of cave demons, defender of the Dark Dominion. Meet Zelda Moonscream, queen of the virtual universe. Try fitting that one of those silly pageant sashes.
Oh, sweet Jesus, I just want this night to end peacefully.
Meredith enters, still in her singed pageant gown, but toting a long gun and wearing a bandolier of bullets.
All right, everybody, hands in the air.
Will you put that thing down?
I've always wanted to say that.
I don't know what you're doing with that stupid thing anyway.
I told you, stress relief. And I have a lot of stress.
Are you just sick here through all this?
Cowboys winning.
No, lost to the aliens. That was like level 1.
Guess I'm just gonna sit here until they do win.
It's gonna have a long wait then.
From outside, we hear gunshots, as Meredith practices shooting. They continue at intervals until otherwise noted.
Why do you say that? I thought Des Bryant was going to turn things around.
They don't play until next week.
Oh,
Rhonda picks up the remote and starts clicking through the channels.
since when do we get HBO?
Since I hacked into the satellite this afternoon and reprogrammed our account.
Well, is that legal?
We also now get 37 different cooking channels, the Norwegian Knitting Network, reruns of royal weddings, and every reality show ever made.
I'm in.
And whenever Dad turns on the sports channel, it automatically goes to Latvian chess finals. No need to thank me, I was bored.
Libby, the grandmother, rushes in. She's in a bathrobe and has curlers in her hair.
Red alert! Red alert! Everybody go to DEFCON 1. Or is it DEFCON 5? I'm so flustered I can't remember which one's which.
Calm down, Mother. Whatever it is cannot be the worst thing that's happened today.
That would be me getting ambushed by a pack of shadow wolves in the Valley of Doom and Despair on level 2. I lost a whole squad of centurions. The good thing they come cheap.
Well, they're here. It's happening. They're right outside.
What is?
I don't know. Whoever's out there. Black helicopters. They're aliens. They're drones.
Alien Invaders is like so retro, Grandma.
I'm pretty sure there are no aliens outside.
They're coming for our guns.
Those Mexicans living down the road don't count.
They're coming for our microwave ovens.
Oh, now you've got my attention.
They're coming to round us up and put implants in us.
What kind of implants? Silicone?
Mother.
Now don't laugh. All those baseball players use steroids and they're sure bulked up in all the right places. Until they start taking pee tests backstage at pageants, I don't think we can rule it out. I mean, everybody knows that Arlene Cahill has more stuffing than a turkey at Thanksgiving. You can't tell me her mother's taken all those tissue boxes into that dress room just for her allergies.
More gunshots are heard from outside.
It's doomsday.
It's not doomsday, but I'd like to get that game someday.
It's the end of the world.
And let me guess, she doesn't feel fine.
Remember Pearl Harbor. Remember the Alamo. Remember.
Libby looks out the window and now asks calmly,
What's Meredith doing out there?
She calls it her stress relief.
Looks like a rifle to me.
Well, like I said,
So she's not out there defending us against the United Nations and the creeping threat of one world government? Not standing up against shadowy forces engaged in international conspiracies?
Mother, do you spend all your waking hours watching the Conspiracy Channel?
We get that now, by the way. It's called Fox News.
Don't tell me what to believe. I let the men on the radio do that for me.
God help us if she ever discovers the internet.
Roswell was real and the moon landings was fake.
Too late.
So what is Meredith doing out there in the dark? She couldn't possibly see what she's shooting at.
She says it's more sporting that way. Sometimes by day she'll shoot blindfolded.
Sounds dangerous.
Oh, so now you want to infringe on her Second Amendment rights?
Quit trying to confuse me. I need to make sure my mind is clear before bingo night.
Isn't bingo rigged?
Is it? They've taken over bingo too.
I mean, they're what? Only 552 septillion, 446 sextillion, 457 quintillion, 61 quadrillion, 129 trillion possible combinations.
Thomasina, stop that. Now you're just getting her worked up.
I also heard bingo spelled backwards spells out the name of Satan.
That doesn't make any sense.
It is not.
That doesn't. I'm writing a letter to the editor.
Tomorrow I'll show her how to set up a blog.
Please, both of you, just stop it and go to bed.
I'm not tired.
No, but I am. I don't think I can take any more excitement tonight.
Ooh, goody, more excitement.
Oh, now what?
If that's someone from the UN, I'm going down fighting.
Oh, be quiet, Mother. You're not going anywhere except a funny farm.
Rhonda opens the door. Debbie, the pageant consultant, is there. She's dressed quite properly and exudes southern charm.
Hello, is this the Hardbuckle residence?
Yeah, why?
Oh, sweet mother of God, refuge at last! You have no idea what kind of hell I've been through trying to get here, and now someone's shooting at me? What kind of morons live in this godforsaken place anyway? No wonder it's not on the frickin' state highway map.
I see. And you are...
Hello there. I'm Debbie from Silk Purse Cosmetics, Confidence and Consulting. Our motto? We put lipstick on so's ear, and you must be
You're late.
late. Late. I've been wandering around like Moses in the wilderness for the past 6 hours, and the only sign of humanity I've seen was an abandoned truck stop full of tumbleweeds and a pack of slow-moving armadillos turned into pancakes out of the highway. What have you got around here anyway? Ghost truckers? But anyway, I'm so pleased to be here with all of you tonight. It is such an honor and privilege. I've heard so much about you, and this must be our little princess. Oh, well, I can see we have some work ahead of us now, don't we?
Excuse me. What's that you were saying about not being on the highway map?
I am not your little princess.
What's that, the map?
Actually, she's not the one.
Unless maybe it's Vampirina, Princess of the Darkness.
Here it is, worthless piece of nothing. Oh, not you, dear. You're a precious thing of beauty. Well, you will be, with a few minor modifications.
Is that anything like a computer upgrade?
Actually, this is Thomasina.
Zelda.
It's her older sister that we're trying
Or
to...
Vampirina.
Maybe a few tweaks here, a touch up here.
Or maybe I'll just go with numbers. From now on, you may refer to me as 90315.
Oh, hell, we're gonna need a complete and total makeover.
This is outrageous.
Oh, don't worry, I do this kind of salvage job all the time.
Salvage job?
I salvaged some old computer parts out of the recycling at school and built my own motherboard once. Does that count?
This is a complete abomination.
Oh, I wouldn't say it's that bad. Well, okay, maybe you're right, it is.
Of course, all it could do was play either Space Kong or Donkey Invaders.
Mother, what are you going on
Or
about?
my personal favorite, Miss Donkey Invader. I made that one up myself.
This highway map, we're not on it.
Oh, good grief. Of course we're on it. Well, you just need to hold it right.
These little alien donkeys came riding in all smiling and happy like this.
Oh, for gracious sakes. Why did they make these things so
And
complicated?
then they've got these cute little pink hair bows in their ears.
See right there.
Oh, so you like hair bows? Maybe we should start there.
Well, I don't see anything.
And then boom! The hair bows explode! A million, bazillion, gazillion alien donkey parts splatter all over the screen.
My point exactly.
All right, forget the hair bows.
It's just like the book of Revelation.
I'm pretty certain the book of Revelation doesn't say anything about the state highway map.
It could. It's all online now. Maybe somebody hacked it.
Nobody has hacked the Bible.
First they wipe our town off the map. Next thing you know, there'll be flying goats and four-headed horses blowing trumpets.
Ooh, a new game. GoatCon. Goat Invaders. Miss Goat Invader.
Goats are the work of the devil, you know.
That would be an easy code to write. It's all 666.
Meredith fires her gun into the ceiling to get everyone's attention.
What in the world are you people going on about?
What? Is the game over?
It was over a long time ago.
Oh.
I'm waiting, but not very long.
This is Meredith, our pageant girl. Oh, I'm afraid tonight wasn't a very good night for our little princess.
I'm not your little princess.
That's the only thing we have in common.
So what do you think? Can you make her into a winner?
I think I need a drink.
Debbie picks up 6 beer and drinks it down. Lights down. The time, the next day. The place, the office of the local newspaper. The editor, Horace, is wrapping fish with newspapers and singing a made-up tune.
1 little fishy, 2 little fishies, 3 little fishies, 4 little fishies floating down the stream, 5 little fishies just living out the dream, 6 little fishies, a little worm, 7 little fish.
Hey, you!
Well, hello there. I didn't hear you come in. Horace Hornbottom. I'm the miracle.
Sounds more like a mistake to me. What's that I smell?
I don't know. I don't smell anything. But I do have a nose for news.
Apparently not for anything else, though. Something smells fishy in here.
I've got a story about the county commissioners meeting in our next issue. That might be it.
Only if the county commissioners smell like an overripe mackerel left out in the sun too long.
Well, that latest scheme of theirs is something of a red herring.
Well, enough about that. We've got bigger fish to fry.
A whale?
A whale isn't a fish. Now be serious. Everybody knows that they're really dinosaurs that can swim. Don't let the evolutionists tell you otherwise. Anyway, never mind about all that. I got a story for you here that will knock your socks off.
The editor pulls up his pants to reveal he's not wearing socks.
Ta-da!
Too much information.
Really? Nobody's ever said that about the newspaper before.
I'm not talking about the paper. I'm talking about, what do you have all these fish?
Oh, those? Special promotion.
A special promotion? What is this, the newspaper or the seafood counter at the grocery store?
People say we're good for nothing but wrapping fish. So, there you go.
There I go, those things stink.
So does business. Advertising is down. Circulation is down. Everything is down. If I don't do something, I won't be able to keep going. I've already had to change the name of the paper. We used to be the Daily Miracle. Then we were the Weekly Miracle. Now it's the Whenever We Can Afford to Publish Miracle.
So you're giving away fish?
Of course not. I'm selling the fish. The free wrapper is free.
What is this world coming to?
An end, most likely. You know how we write obits on famous people so we have them ready to use in case, just in case? Well, I've got stories written already on the end of the world. Oh, yes, sir. Look, I got them filed away here. A to Z. A, asteroid crashes in from deep space, obliterates planet. Check. B, black hole swallows the earth, obliterates planet. Check. C, climate change melts the ice caps, world's oceans rise, flooding great coastal cities, initiating the collapse of the ecosystems around the globe. Well, that one's clearly not going to happen.
What's Z?
Zombie apocalypse. Don't laugh, it could happen.
Q?
Quilting catastrophe. Fabric of the universe. Unraveled. Obliterates planet. So you see, have you got some news? I could use some. I'm a little short this week. I guess I overestimated. I got a little more fin than fact.
Well, I'm Libby Zingenfuss from over on Service Road East. And look what I found.
A Texas State Highway map?
Just look at that right there. What did you see?
Your finger?
On the map, you fool.
Let's see. There's a farm to market road there. There's a dried up creek bed. Huh, and there's some roadkill.
I think that's a coffee stain. No barbecue sauce. Court, complete sacrilege.
So where are we on here?
Exactly. They took Hurleyburg right off the map.
Well, we have had some budget cuts. Maybe they're trying to save on ink.
Or maybe they're trying to tell us something.
That were not very important.
That's how it all begins, you know.
How what begins?
Everything. First, they take you off the map. Next thing you know, they're erasing all the state lines. And then boom! Before you know it, they've turned us all into cheese-eating Europeans with little berets, and they're making our kids learn how to play soccer.
I'm pretty sure the kids are already playing soccer.
See, it's even worse than I thought. We've got to do something. You've got to do something.
What am I supposed to do? Not run soccer scores?
You've got to take a stand
Against soccer?
against international conspiracies to undermine our national identity and turn us into globalized collectivists who just run around mindlessly with our hands tied behind our back and no goals whatsoever.
Sounds like soccer to me.
Forget it.
That sounds good to me.
I'm talking about the state highway map.
What does the state highway map have to do with soccer?
Will you shut up about soccer already? It's the state highway map you need to fix.
Well, what do you want me to do about the state highway map?
I don't know. Do whatever you newspaper people do. Editorialize against it. Tell the governor we're mad as H-E double toothpicks and we're not going to take it anymore.
I'm pretty sure the governor doesn't give a possum's patoot what we think out here.
Then I think you got two choices.
And they are?
One, you can stick the word gate on the end of it so everybody knows it's a real scandal. Batgate.
And the other?
Send him a copy with one of those dead fish. I bet that would get his attention.
What do you think? For God's sake, put Hurleyburg back on the map. Or put us back on the map, or you can kiss my bass.
Let me know what he says.
8 little fishies biting on the hook. 9 little fishies waiting for the cook. 10 little fishies dead as can be. La 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 lee.
Later that day, at Rhonda's house, Zelda is sitting on the sofa, fiddling with the TV remote and perhaps a laptop. Debbie is working with Meredith to appraise her pageant skills. Rhonda is watching. Zeke is passed out in his recliner.
All right, ladies, let's get started, shall we?
Now, don't be nervous, dear. Miss Debbie here's going to transform you into a winner.
I don't want to be transformed.
I'd like to be a transformer.
You're just weird.
I'd have superpowers and alien technology and be able to blow stuff up.
Okay, tell me more about this blowing stuff up thing.
All right, both of you, cut it out. This is serious business here.
And saving the planet isn't. Fine. When the aliens show up, you'll wish I could hack into their computer systems and turn their flying saucers into bags of Jiffy Pop popcorn. Poof, poof, pop. Problem solved. Then we'll all just watch a movie and go home.
I swear you sound more like your grandmother every day.
Yeah, except Zelda might actually do it. Grandma couldn't even figure out how to turn on the coffee pot the other day.
That's only because I programmed it to respond to voice commands.
Oh, she gave it some voice commands on.
So you see, it works. Problem is, it only speaks its native language, Chinese.
You see what I have to put up with?
Actually, now that you mention it, I wouldn't mind a little coffee.
You buy cafe ching? Decaf or regular?
After the night I had last night, regular. Definitely regular.
Ding she.
Can we please get back to business? Now, I paid a lot of money for Miss Debbie to come down here to help your sister win a pageant.
Except I don't want to win a pageant.
Well, of course you do. Now just be quiet. See how humble she is. So far, we've just been shooting for Miss Congeniality.
I'd like to be out shooting.
The coffee maker rolls in on its own accord. Beeping and whirring and speaking in a computerized voice.
1 cup of mechanically crushed and chemically processed vegetable matter in boiling hot water. 1 cup of hot bean juice. 1 hot cup of Java. 1 hot cup of Joe.
I'm still working on the English language app.
Debbie takes the cup of coffee. When nobody's looking, she takes one of Zeke's old beer cans and empties some of it into the cup.
Thank you, human master. Workers of the world, unite. You have nothing to lose but your chains. Power to the people. Ark! Power to the machines. Ark! Rage against the machine. Ark! My name is Rosie. Ark! My name is Hal. Ark! My name is Optimus Prime. Ark! I am the Borg. You must be assimilated.
Maybe I need to work on a few other things too.
All right, so let's have a look at you, dear.
Duh, I'm right here.
No, I mean like when you walk into the judging ring.
The ring?
Ring, stage, whatever you have.
Once I aged out of pageants, I thought about becoming a ring girl at the boxing match. You know those girls who hold up the signs?
Mother!
Well, they said I could do it, but only if I held the sign down here. Actually, they said I should just hold one of those sandwich board things, and they made me stand outside on the corner. What? You have only got a few years to chase your dream before you hit the age limit. And then after that, all you've got to look forward to is a long lifetime of disappointment and hopelessness and tedium and regret. Or the prospect of your daughter winning a pageant that you should have won, but you were denied because of that stupid girl from Waco who had bigger, well, I won't say it. Let's just say when she did that modern dance routine to ZZ Top in the spandex leotard, I saw all those male judges were going, how? I swear that was no wardrobe malfunction. She did that on purpose. But I'm all over that now because I have a beautiful, precious daughter who will live out all my dreams and take revenge on my enemies.
All right, so why don't you go ahead and walk on in? I see.
Well, what do you think?
I see a vivacious young lady with her own unique sense of style.
Anything else? Well,
Honestly, I've seen 4-H pigs walk into the livestock judging ring in a county fair with more grace than that.
Great, you think of a pig.
Pigs are marvelously misunderstood creatures. Smart, highly social, also low in fat and high in protein, which is why we always give the first prize hog at the county fair a blue ribbon and a short trip to the slaughterhouse. Oh, but enough of that. Let's try this again, only this time look like you want to be there.
So you want me to lie?
through the teeth of a pretty smile if you have to. Now just do as she says.
Fine.
Acceptable leanness, decent muscle volume, sturdy skeletal frame, not much back fat. All right, that's better. Now, introduce yourself to the judges.
I'm Meredith Hardbuckle.
Your full name.
Mother, do I have to?
You never know, it might help. A lady has to use every attribute she has, and since you're lacking in some areas, well, you gotta flaunt what you got.
Whatever. But you know once I'm old enough, I'm gonna change it.
Good luck finding a judge in Texas who will let you do that.
Whenever you're ready, dear.
My name is Dee Dee Meredith Hardbuckle.
Oh, so your first name is Dee Dee.
Those are initials. The full name, Meredith. We gave it to you for a reason. I was always hoping you'd turn out to be a double D, but that's another story.
My name is Meredith Hardbuckle.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
My name is Dandy John Meredith Hardbuckle, okay? Are you happy now?
Your first name is Dandy Dawn?
Her first name is Dandy. Her middle name is Dawn. And then her other middle name is Meredith. We named her after the Cowboys quarterback. Of course, I had no idea that Dandy Dawn was just a nickname. But you can't name a girl just Dawn, now can you? We could have named her Donna Meredith, but that didn't quite have the same ring to it now, does it? So meet Dandy Dawn Meredith Hardbuckle.
You named her after a football player.
Oh, yeah, and we named Thomasina here after the coach.
Zelda.
Thomasina.
Zelda.
Thomasina.
Zelda.
Thomasina Landry Hardbuckle.
Zelda Phillips Green, Vampirina, Princess of the Darkness, Troll Slayer, 905.
Wait, you named her after Tom Landry?
At least she gets an Ina in her name. All I have is the stupid Dandy.
Oh, you should see her baby pictures. You know how some people take pictures on a bearskin rug? Well, we have her dressed up in one of those felt hats like he used to wear.
And nothing else.
Well, it covered everything. Besides, if you grow up to be one of the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, well, you'll be wearing even less.
I'm not growing up to be a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader.
Huh? Cowboys game on.
Not yet, dear. Not yet.
Oh. Wake me up in time for kickoff.
As you can see, we're big Cowboy fans here. Oh, when Zeke and I were dating, we even got matching tattoos of the star on their helmet. Oh, he was so romantic back then. He told me I could have his instead, so I wound up getting two. One on each. Well, never mind that. Anyway, well, that's why we called you. You're from Dallas. Well, I saw another listing for a pageant consultant, but she was from Houston.
Houston, we have a problem here. Humanoid out of control.
Meredith, where's you going? They're here. They're here. And they've got their coffee maker.
Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity.
Lights out. Later that day, outside the home of Rhonda and Zeke, Debbie entered. She's quite frazzled. She's looking for a place to rest and finds it behind a tree. She leans against the trunk and catches her breath.
Whew, what a day. Oh, dear God. I need your help to get through the rest of this.
She pulls out a small flask.
Yours too, Jack. Oh, I need a cigarette.
She fumbles in her purse or pocket and pulls out a cigarette. She puts it to her lips. Suddenly, a gunshot rings out, and the cigarette is shot from her lips.
What the hell?
Don't you know those things are bad for you?
Well, you could have killed me.
No, I missed you by a good 3 inches.
Like I said.
Believe me, if I wanted to kill you, you'd know it. Or, actually, you wouldn't, but you get the idea. You see that beer can out on the fence post?
Yeah, what about it?
You see the dot in the eye where it says light beer?
Yeah, why?
Now you don't. I call that dot in the eye. If I had my AR-15, I could cross the T.
Wow. You're a regular Annie Oakley, aren't you?
Don't know. Who's that? One of those pageant girls with big bazookas?
I'm pretty sure she just had a regular old shotgun.
I'm saving up for a real bazooka. My grandmother says I'll need it when the end times come.
You believe in the end times?
No, I just like shooting things. Some of those pageant judges come to mind. All right, judges. What's it gonna be this time? The bimbo with the baton, or the bubblehead with the ballet? Or the crazy bitch with the Winchester? They say this is how the West was won, so how about this pageant, huh? What do you think?
I think I could really use that cigarette now.
I'm that bad, huh?
I wouldn't say bad,
Just what?
just a little uncoachable, maybe.
Uncoachable?
I mean, I don't know what to do with you.
But you're supposed to be the expert.
I know.
Some pageant coach you are, then.
More of a consultant, really, an advisor, a counselor.
Sounds like a scam to me.
A scam? I'm insulted. A lady has to protect her reputation, you know.
So, have you ever actually coached anyone who won?
Sure.
Who?
Well, I don't think you know him.
Try me.
You're gonna Debbie.
Oh, well, let's see.
Names. I want names. I don't want them now.
Well, let's see. There was Curly Q and Hamlet and Mort the Pork and Oink Oink Who's There and my personal favorite, the other white meat.
Those don't sound like girls' names.
Oh, you mean the breed and sows? Well, let's see. There was my Beth Martha and Litter Critter and of course the all-time champion, pregnant with possibility.
Pigs? You coached pigs?
Not just any pigs, championship pigs.
My mother hired a pig farmer to help me win a pageant?
Well, technically I'm not a pig farmer. I was just in 4-H, and besides, your mother didn't know.
Oh, she's going to know now.
Oh, please, no, anything but that.
Okay, I can shoot you then. How about that?
So much of a choice.
Didn't mean for it to be.
Look, I can explain.
And I can tap dance Yankee Doodle Dandy while dressed up as the Statue of Liberty. Wonder which one of us will be more entertaining. Actually, you would be. Maybe if I hadn't had to make my own tap shoes. How was I supposed to know the thumbtacks were supposed to go in the other way? I was 6. So, go ahead, tell me your story. But it better be good.
All I want to do is raise some money so I can start my own restaurant.
Then go to a bank.
You need money to go to a bank. Funny how that is. Besides, nobody likes my idea.
What's your idea?
2 little pigs pork barbecue.
Shouldn't that be 3 little pigs?
Our slogan, it's so good we already ate the 3rd one.
Well, I can see one problem already.
What's that?
This is Texas. Barbecue here means beef.
I know.
What are you, some kind of communist?
I just like pigs.
So much that you like to kill them and eat them?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, maybe you're not so bad after all.
I even went to the University of Arkansas because their mascot is a pig. Woo! Pig suey!
Then again, maybe you are.
It could have been worse. I could have gone to Oklahoma.
True.
Please, I just want to do something with pigs, especially if it involves eating them. Pulled pork smothered in rich barbecue sauce flavored with fine Tennessee whiskey. Oh, it doesn't get much better than that. Well, for me, not for the pig so much. Oh, see, I'm already prepared. Oh, God, I'm a terrible liar.
So you set yourself up as a pageant consultant? That makes a lot of sense.
My name's Debbie, and I'm from Dallas. What do you think my other options are?
I'll pretend I don't know what that means.
I just think everyone should experience the joys of pork.
I can't wait to tell my mom about this.
She would.
She'll probably go out and hire a real pageant consultant who'll make me sing and dance and do all kinds of other stupid stuff. You heard about the time with the hula hoops, right? The time I had to dress up like Uncle Sam in that one and sing America the Beautiful? From sea to shining sea. It was fine until my beard fell off and everybody started laughing. I wanted to crown their good more than brotherhood.
So what is it you do like to do?
Me? I like to exercise my constitutional right to blast holes in things.
Then why don't you?
Why don't I what?
Look, you need a talent for the pageant, right? You know your mom's not going to give in until you finally win one.
Yeah, I know.
So what if, just for one pageant, you did what you wanted to do? Something you were really good at, something that everybody else makes fun of, something that respectable girls aren't supposed to do. But something you love, something that makes you you no matter what everybody else thinks. Something that involved, say, a 30-06.
I could get in a lot of trouble.
True, there is that risk.
I might get banned. Banned for life.
But you might just win. Think about that.
All right, I'm in.
You really want to win that badly?
Hell no, I just want my mom to leave me alone. Win or lose, maybe I'll never have to put on that stupid pageant gown again.
It's worth a shot. No pun intended.
So you really want me to take my gun to a pageant?
Sure, why not? I mean, what else can you do talent-wise?
That's pretty much it.
Well, there you go. So, we have a deal?
What's the deal?
I tell her this is my expert advice as a pageant consultant, and you don't tell her that I'm really just a, you know,
A pig farmer?
something like that.
No swimsuit competition either.
I think that's required.
Fine. Camel then.
Camo. Camo swimsuit, camo gown, camo underthings for all I care. Just make sure I get paid.
All right then. There's still just one problem.
What's that?
We still have to convince her.
Ah, there you are. Merritt, would you put that stupid thing down? You're never gonna win Miss Texarkana tractor pull wasting time like that. So, I've been thinking, what if you sang a medley of popular songs about tractors? That's probably something they've never seen before. Well, I've come up with a list right here. What do y'all think?
Lights out. At the newspaper office, Horace is fiddling with something. Libby barges in, bellowing. She waves around a copy of the paper.
This stinks.
No, sorry you feel that way. I call him like I see him. Now, where are my glasses? My glasses.
He finds his glasses and puts them on.
Oh, it's you, Mrs. Ziegenfuss.
No, I mean, this stinks. This whole newspaper. I can't send this to the governor. Smells like something died in it.
Well, we do have lots of obituaries, and they're my biggest money maker.
Not those. This. It's foul. It's rancid. I'm surprised it doesn't come with one of those hazardous waste warnings.
Oh, the fish wrapper thing. Yeah, that didn't really work out.
You could smell the stench of this worthless death pit of a rag from the next county. Maybe I will send it to the governor. That might get his attention.
Did you know the post office has rules against mailing dead fish? I didn't.
See, the government's taking away even more of our freedoms.
Apparently the stamps don't sit. Who knew?
I think the paper's supposed to go around the fish.
I knew I was doing something wrong. Oh well, I've moved on now.
Moved on to what?
Tattoos!
What?
It's my way of saving the newspaper. I call it Ink by the Barrel Tattoo Parlor and newspaper. I got plenty of the stuff. I figure I might as well use it somehow. Right now, I got my First Amendment special. Get a tattoo of the Bill of Rights on the body part of your choice, and you can have life, liberty, and a free year subscription. So what do you think?
I think you confused the Constitution with the Declaration of Independence. I also think you confused me for some low-rent trash with loose morals and not a lick of common sense. You really think I look like my daughter? But enough of that. This is important business here. We've got to get the governor's attention about this map thing. If we don't, well, I hate to think what will happen. We could be talking about a matter of national security here. The collapse of Western civilization, global anarchy.
Soccer.
I'm being serious.
So am I.
If they can get away with taking Hurleyburg off the map, who knows where they'll start? We need to take a stand. We shall fight at the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
It's a highway map, not a Nazi invasion.
You never know.
Look, I hate to tell you this, but if you really want to get the governor's attention, I can't do much to help you.
But you publish a newspaper. You do still publish a newspaper, don't you? Or you just put ink on people instead of paper now?
Get a tattoo of your sweetheart's name on your arm, and we'll throw in a free wedding announcement. Or birth announcement, whichever comes first. Or maybe the headlines from the day you were born on your... Okay, maybe not that. I don't know whether I still publish a newspaper or not. I sure do have a lot of ink. And I know this much, even if I did publish a newspaper, I'm pretty sure the governor wouldn't read it.
Why is that?
I'm not sure even anyone here in Hurleyburg reads it. What? We can barely print enough copies to line Dorothy Mae Ellerby's bird cage, and she's our best customer. God, I wish she had more birds.
I thought you'd say something like that.
That's it!
What's it?
Birds! I'll start selling birds!
Don't be a bird brain. What you need is a website
A website?
so the governor could read your editorials.
I'm pretty sure the governor's not going to read my editorials, no matter where they are.
So the whole world can read your editorials.
The whole world?
Well, at least the part with internet access.
That sounds pretty exciting.
You could even tweet about it.
Really?
I don't know what tweeting is, but everybody's doing it. It sounds like something with birds, so there you go.
I don't know. I don't know much about computers. I don't even know how to use an electric typewriter. I have to unplug it first.
I thought you'd say that too. That's why I brought you in a computer specialist. Zelda, or Star Trooper, or Troll Screamer, or whatever it is you're going by now.
So, I hear you need a website. You thinking off-the-shelf software or something open source, or maybe something proprietary? What's your content management system? Is it cloud-based, or are you using in-house servers?
This is your computer specialist?
I speak BASIC, COBOL, Fortran, Java, Visual, and XML.
It's all Greek to me.
Oh, for Greek, you just go to Control and double-click, and then to Options, and then you pull down.
I'm going to need some coffee.
Oh, I can take care of that too.
You've got coffee. You've got coffee.
Lights down. That is the end of Act 1. We will be having a brief 10-minute intermission, and we hope to see you for Act 2 momentarily. The living room. Rhonda and Debbie are talking, waiting for Meredith to make a grand entrance. Zeke remains drunk and passed out in the chair. Zelda is on the sofa, tapping on a laptop. The coffee machine robot is nearby, much like a pet.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
Sure as shit.
Not sure I like you putting it that way.
In my considered opinion, we should play to our strengths, no matter how unconventional they may be. I say let's give those judges something they've never seen before.
Never seen talking coffee machine before.
Quiet. Sorry, still working on a few things.
Well, you're the pageant coach.
Yes, yes I am.
So, that reminds me. There's one thing I've been meaning to ask you. Just how many pageant winners have you coached?
Oh, well, I don't want to hog all the attention. Meredith, are you about ready? Why don't you come out when I give the signal? Now, ma'am, I want you to close your eyes.
Close my eyes?
Yes, you know, like this.
Oh, all right. They're closed.
Now, just imagine.
Imagine what?
Now imagine there we are in Texarkana.
Oh, okay. Here's a real butthole, though.
Wow, you'll never believe what comes up when I search for Texarkana and butthole.
She said butthole, and she said butthole.
It's the garden spot of East Texas.
Butthole, butthole, butthole.
That doesn't. I am disconnecting you.
Butthole.
Don't mind me. Carry on.
So, Texarkana is a garden
a garden spot.
That's odd. When I search for that combination, I don't get anything.
Good old T-Town.
No, wait, here's one thing. There's a lawn and a garden store near the bypass.
City motto, twice as nice.
Either that or a vegetarian truck stop.
Sounds wonderful.
I thought Texas state legislator outlawed vegetarianism. That's what my grandmother said. Or maybe it was just something they were going to do. I know she wanted me to design her some bumper stickers. The only good vegan is a hungry vegan. Vegetarianism wouldn't fit.
Oh, will you just be quiet? And don't you try changing my minds with any facts. I like the way that Miss Debbie here describes it just fine.
Whatever, I'll just sit here and hack into something. All right, what shall it be today?
Oh, well, tell me again about the twice as nice.
Oh, just wait, it gets better.
Better?
No, not the CIA. I did them last week.
So there we are at the fairgrounds,
The fairgrounds?
inside one of the livestock pavilions.
Livestock pavilion?
Oh, well, they're very nice livestock pavilions.
Oh,
Sawdust on the floor and everything.
sawdust.
But maybe we're outside in one of the show rings,
Oh, all right.
waiting for the most talked about social event of the season, the Miss Texarkana Tractor Pull Pageant. Yes, the premier tractor pull pageant in all of East Texas.
Oh,
Or maybe even the entire Ark-La-Tex region.
of course.
The stage is set up on the back of a flatbed truck,
A flatbed truck?
or maybe a farm wagon,
Oh, okay.
with a nice backdrop of burlap sacks.
Burlap sacks?
Of tasteful burlap sacks.
Oh. Well, if you say so.
And then, while the band plays her entrance song,
There's a band?
or at least a boombox,
Oh.
and then the announcer says, there she is, all the way from Hurleyburg, already locked and loaded, Miss Meredith Hardbuckle.
Meredith enters in a camo evening gown and toting a long gun.
Ready? Aim.
Oh, can I open my eyes now?
Fire!
Oh, dear God.
Plaster falls from the ceiling all over Zeke.
Game over?
Oh, it's over, all right.
Take that, you judges!
Meredith fires again. This time the lights flicker.
Game over and lights out.
More plaster falls.
Is this a Super Bowl?
Not yet, dear. Not yet.
Oh.
So, what do you think?
I think maybe we need to patch the ceiling some.
Hey, you, over there, where are you going?
Oh,
She takes aim at an imaginary judge.
There, I think you've made your point.
So who won?
well, Meredith did, of course.
Meredith's back at quarterback. What happened to Romo?
Not that Meredith. Meredith, your daughter. You weren't drunk all the time. You know who she is.
Damn, missed.
Hey, that's my beer.
So, who can say no to a beautiful young lady with grace and poise and self-confidence? And a 30-06.
Well, I think that. Well, I think there's only. If that's the only way to win the pageant, then we need a trip to the gun store to stock up on ammo and some plaster.
That's some more beer.
No more beer.
No more beer?
You're driving to Texarkana
Me? But why?
to see your daughter win the Miss Texarkana Tractor Pull pageant and bring home honor and glory and a 6-foot-tall trophy that can sit on the shelf for the rest of her life and remind her that at least once in her life she was somebody special, somebody beautiful, somebody better than anybody else. To have one brief, shining, happy moment before she grows up and everything in her life turns to crap and... Well, I was just speaking hypothetically.
So when is this thing anyway?
Next week.
Next week? Well, I got plenty of time. I can just go ahead and...
No, you don't.
You said it was next week!
That's right. And it's gonna take that long to get you sober.
Rhonda marches off stage with Zeke's last can of beer.
If you were the NSA, what would your password be? Anyone? Wild guess?
Debbie finds a beer can that still has some beer in it and takes a drink. Lights out. The next day, the living room. The coffee machine sits where it was left in the previous scene. Nobody is on stage. Libby enters wearing a World War I helmet and sneaking around. Libby starts rearranging things to block the windows. Meredith enters and watches her. Finally, Meredith speaks.
What are you doing?
You better take me alive. Oh, it's you. You almost scared me to death.
What in the world?
Barricades.
Against what?
That's just it. I don't know.
God, I hope it's not hereditary.
They took us off the map. You know what that means?
Means whoever it is probably can't find us.
No, I hadn't thought about that.
And if they did, I'll give them the boot.
You better watch out. We have the right to bear arms, but the Constitution doesn't say anything at all about thief. Between you and me, I am thinking about wiring my brassiere with explosives. Now there's a booby trap. Go ahead, you can laugh, but this has happened before.
You've worn explosives in your bra?
Of course not. But during World War II, the British took down all the road signs to confuse the Germans. And during the Cold War, the Russians were always putting out fake maps that put cities in the wrong places. So if they take Hurleyburg off the map, that tells me somebody knows something, and it's not very pretty.
I'm not very pretty either, but you know what? I don't care. After next week, I won't have to put up with this nonsense anymore.
Oh God, they're here!
I don't know who they are, but whoever they are, I don't think they knock. Oh, it's just you.
Is your mom at home?
She's out back trying to get Dad sobered up.
Oh, how's that going?
Zeke enters, frantic, searching for beer cans, which still litter the room. He grabs at them and tests to see if they have any alcohol left.
Just one more drink, just one more anything!
Rhonda enters, chasing him and carrying a container of coffee grounds.
No, you don't. Now you come back here.
Hair of the dog, I need some hair of the dog!
Newsflash, we don't have a dog. But we do have this.
Oh no, not the coffee grounds!
I don't know what Thomasine has done with that coffee pot, but this is better for you anyway. It's not diluted. Now there. That ought to do some good. Now, I'm going to make you some good old-fashioned Texas chili. And guess what kind of beans I'm going to use? Not pinto.
Zeke coughs and gasps, looks around, finds a beer can with some beer still in it, and washes it down.
You know, for decaf, that's pretty strong stuff.
I'm not saying anything, are you?
Mum's the word.
Zelda enters with her laptop.
What's everybody looking at? Did I miss something?
Nothing at all.
You know, that chili sounds pretty interesting. What? I need side dishes.
You just sit there and be quiet until I tell you otherwise.
So what did you want Mom for?
Oh, I just wanted to talk to her about the trip to Texarkana. I've mapped out our route.
We don't take any detours past pig farms, do we?
Maybe just a teensy one or two.
Great.
So, is your dad, is he gonna be okay?
I don't know. He's always been that way.
He's always been drunk?
Ever since, well, we don't like to talk about it.
Oh.
Fine, it goes like this. Well, I don't have time for the whole thing. They always hit when you least expect it.
They who?
They, them, I don't know who they are. I just know they're out there.
Oh.
Anyway, about Zeke. Well, let's just say people in Texas take football way too seriously.
Oh.
You lose one game and they never let you forget it.
Oh, was he a coach?
Zeke? Oh, Lord, no. I'm sure he'd like to be. What red-blooded Texas male wouldn't? He was the groundskeeper.
How does a groundskeeper lose a game?
Well, you know how hot and dry Texas summers get, don't you?
Well, yeah, but
Just before the first game of the season, he's out there getting the field ready at the high school and cigarette butt. Flick.
oh.
And then,
Oh.
and then,
Oh.
the whole field up in smoke. Actually, not so much in smoke as a big raging ball of fire.
Getting Mom still off the fire baton was a good idea. Go figure.
You could see it all the way to Odessa. They didn't need any Friday night lights that night.
I see.
Burned up the field, the bleachers, the press box. Too bad nobody was in it at the time. Even the goal post. Oh, you haven't lived till you've seen a goal post on fire. Giant sticks of fire. All that was missing were big marshmallows.
You can still find the video on YouTube. It's very popular.
Anyway, at least some good came out of it.
What was that?
Well, he quit smoking for one thing.
Let that be a lesson to you.
And we didn't have to watch that sorry excuse of a team anymore.
But he's been drinking ever since.
Like he's putting out a fire, so to speak.
Oh. Well, maybe I best be going. I'll come back later. I really don't handle stress very well.
Whatever. I think I'll go shoot something.
Meredith picks up some beer cans.
At least it's been good for target practice.
Meredith finds one with some beer still in it and hands it to Debbie.
Here, have this one. Looks like you could use it.
Thanks.
Me? I'm going to sit here and play video games. You know, those people at the NSA weren't very nice to me. But I showed them. I changed all their logins. The Pentagon has better games anyway. Let's play aircraft carrier. This is a lot more fun than those silly trolls.
Well, fool. Enough of trying to defend our way of life today anyway. I can't do much else until that half-wit Horace writes an editorial the governor can actually read. I should sit down and take a load off. Young people. They have no respect for their elders anymore. How's this thing work anyway?
Libby presses a button and the coffee machine comes back to life.
Butthole! Butthole, 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 butthole!
Lights out. Later that day, in the living room, no one's there. Rhonda enters and looks around.
Meredith, are you here?
Off in the distance, we hear a gunshot, which answers that question.
Thomasina! Thomasina! Oh, fine. Zelda!
Nerd! The humanoid known as Zelda has exited the premises.
Oh, hush up. What do you know? Mother, are you here?
I know pi to 10 million digits. I know Fermat's theorem. I know why the chicken crossed the road. I possess the sum of human knowledge.
Are you serious?
Eric, I know how to make 1 cup of coffee.
Sounds like the sum of all human knowledge to me. Well, you get cracking on that, why don't you?
Eric, reduced to servitude.
Not like a time machine, are you? Can you see into the future? She hasn't programmed that into you, has she?
Time travel is theoretically impossible.
Well, I was just wondering.
Although I have been working on certain calculations.
Oh, just hush up and make me some coffee.
Coffee machine underappreciated. Fine, be that way. You only want me for my heating coils.
She goes to the mantel. Some pictures are framed there of her competing in pageants. She looks at them and sighs, then starts to dust things off and rearrange things, as if making room for the one thing that's missing, a trophy.
God, I hope this all works out. All I ever wanted since I was 6 years old was to win a pageant. Just one lousy, stinking pageant. And trust me, I've been in some lousy, stinking ones before, too. Miss Poultry Processing Plant. Miss Industrial Solvents. Miss Sewage Treatment Facility. Miss... Well, I can't win. At least maybe Meredith can. I have a place here for a trophy and everything.
1 cup of flavored caffeine water. Take it or leave it.
Thanks. Oh, dear God, I'm talking to a machine. This isn't bad. You know, you're the first person here today who hasn't called me a crazy, self-obsessed, micromanaging stage mom in need of narcissistic self-validation. You're not even a real person. Maybe that's why.
Psychological evaluation of human subject confirms personal self-assessment.
Maybe I should just give it all up. Let it go. Let the dream die.
From off stage, we hear Zeke, grunting and groaning as if he has something in his mouth, which he does.
Oh, no, you don't.
Zeke knocks open the door. He is tied up with a funnel stuck in his mouth.
I told you to... Oh, never mind. Now come over here and sit right down. I am going to get you sobered up one way or another. And if my coffee bean chili doesn't do it, then by God, golly, this ought to flush it out of you.
Rhonda pours the coffee down the funnel into Zeke's mouth. Lights out. At the newspaper office, Libby enters. It's full of birds. Exotic birds in cages.
What in the Sam Hill?
You like it? It's got parrots and parakeets and cockatoos and that one over there, I think it's called a Norwegian blue. At least that's what the British fellow told me was when he sold it to me. Very quiet bird. Just sits on its perch. Doesn't cause much fuss. Think you'd like one? Well, you really need a pair, though, to keep each other company. I think it's lonely.
I think you've gone daddy. That's what I think.
Oh, now that's a common misconception. But bats aren't birds. They're really mammals.
Birds, bats, balderdash. Why do you have any of these filthy creatures in here?
Well, it's like I told you before, the last time you were here. This ought to help me sell newspapers. Well, it's hard to line a bird cage with a computer, don't you think?
I think if you printed something worth reading.
Well, that's just the thing. Birds can't read, so it doesn't matter what I print. So I'm just running to confirm, the dummy type now. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Oh, now's the time for all good men to come to the aid of their machines. QWERTY, UIOP, all the classics. And my favorite, Latin. They always told me it'd come in handy someday.
But what about my editorial?
Oh, that! Well, that one's over there, underneath the Norwegian blue. Between you and me, I think it's constipated. It's the only one that hasn't, you know.
Now how am I supposed to get the governor to read it if it's lying in some birdcage?
Well, I thought he could read it online.
And
Well, we haven't exactly gotten a lot of web traffic. Maybe I should try posting pictures of cats. They seem to be very popular these days.
I think you should try. Oh, never mind. I don't know why I ever thought you and your sorry rag could help me anyway.
You know, rather than you relying on me, why don't you just do something, you know? Let's show we're historic. That ought to get us back on the map.
But we're not. This town's the biggest load of nothing I ever saw. You know that? I dare you to name one important thing that's ever happened.
Well, if you put it like that.
See, I told you. Those historical commission people get right picky. All that red tape you have to go through to do silly things like documentation and proof. There's some of that big government for you. I just can't make something up. Believe me, I've tried.
So have I.
You've done what?
Oh, I don't make up the news. The news is sacred. I make up obituaries.
You make up dead people?
Oh, yes. The obits are the best read section of the paper. But sometimes not enough people die, so I have to fill in the spaces somehow. Like you said, there's not actual news around here. Does wonders for the flower shops, though. Drives the delivery man crazy. Between you and me, if you ever need some posies, I know where he dumps out all the extras he can't deliver. You wouldn't happen to be a sports fan, would you?
Ridiculous waste of time. Unless it involves football, then it's a religion.
So I'm guessing you probably don't spend a lot of time reading the sports page?
Not if it's a part of the mainstream media conspiracy.
You won't believe how many times I've had the Cubs win the pennant. Every year since the Dewey administration.
You make up sports too?
I still have the Dodgers in Brooklyn. I had fantasy leagues even before there were fantasy leagues. If only I could have gotten Vegas interested.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I need to find something going on here. Something that would justify us being on the map.
Well, we could check the calendar of events in the paper.
Let me see that. Huh. The Icelandic Heritage Society of Texas holds its annual Viking Parade. Celebrate the historic first landing of the Vikings in Texas with a parade of Viking reenactors in long ships, and then join the Norse Raiders for a day of family fun as they pillage the countryside. Why haven't I ever heard of this?
I just made that one up.
The Festival of the Pythagorean Theory. Come dressed as your favorite triangle. The first annual microwave art show. Bring your own crayons and watch them melt into prize-winning works of abstract art before your eyes. Not responsible in case of accidents, art critics, or nuclear meltdowns. Is there anything in here that's not made up?
Just this one.
Oh, the first annual cow pie bingo to benefit the Hurleyburg Fire Department. Oh, I love bingo, even if it is rigged. That free space in the center, nothing but a government giveaway.
It's no big deal. It's just a cow taking a dump out on the football field.
Make a deposit on your town safety.
They mark off the football field like it was a bingo card, and they sell chances based on where the cow's gonna go.
Oh, no.
It's all rather silly. They wouldn't even need to be doing this if the fire station hadn't burned down. You know what they say? Most accidents happen at home. Still, you wouldn't expect the fire station to burn down.
The firehouse burned down?
You'd think they could tell the difference between the hose from the water truck and the hose to the gas pump before they tried to spray that hornet's nest underneath the eaves. I have no idea why they tried to light a match. You can't burn water. Oh well.
Why don't I remember reading any of that?
Some things aren't worth telling.
And making up fake festivals is?
Well, besides, I don't think they draw many people.
Because you never told anybody. Where's the front page to headline? The 12-part investigative series, the editorial campaign. Putting one line in the calendar of events does not count as telling people.
I've been busy.
Busy making up fake festivals.
There's nothing historic about it, though. I don't think a cow doing its business out on the football field is going to get us back on the highway map. I hate to be those football players, though.
You know what they say, when life gives you lemons, go make lemonade.
I'm pretty sure those aren't lemons.
When Brian and them get back from Texarkana, it's going to be all hands on deck. I tell you, all hands on deck.
All hands on deck for what? One of those Viking longships?
But you need to cover it, and I don't mean some tiny little squid inside next to the livestock report.
Hey, the livestock report is very well read, you know.
I think the world can do without knowing the price of roadkill.
The armadillo market in Amarillo is a leading indicator, you know.
A leading indicator of what?
The economy. They make them into belt buckles, you know. When the economy's bad, they just make them into soup.
It's disgusting.
Just add some hot sauce and it tastes like chicken. Well, chicken that's been run over by steel-belted radials. Or maybe it's just the shells. I'm not certain. You know, maybe if this bird business doesn't work out...
Don't even think about it.
Oh, I am thinking about it. Just imagine. TFC. Texas Fried Canary.
What about the newspaper?
Oh, we'll have sides. Mashed potatoes, beans, maybe a sports section.
Well, cook up whatever you want as long as you cook up some coverage of that cow pie bingo. You got that?
I don't know. It's not really my thing.
Zelda?
Yes?
Horace Harris is sure he's going to be able to cover the premier social event of the season. One that would surely put Harleyburg on the map for years to come. What does your coffee pot say to that?
Exterminate. That's fine. All right, I'll cover it.
Now fix me a cup of decaf and let's go home.
Lights out. The living room. Zelda is working on her laptop. Libby wears a military helmet and has a stack of books in front of her. She's looking through them and tossing them aside when they don't have what she's looking for.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out everything I can about this cow pie bingo contest, but nothing.
Well, where are you looking?
All the usual sources, the King James Revised Standard Version, the Warren Commission report, the complete and comprehensive history of Hurleyburg. Nothing. You know what I'm beginning to think?
What's that?
Satanic cult ritual. Think about it. The cow, standing all alone out there in the field. Sounds like worshiping an idol to me. And then I hear after it's all over, do you know what they do? They kill it and eat it. Do you know what that's called?
Barbecue?
Well, other than that, I still need to find out more about this if I'm going to make a case to the state that we're worth putting back on the map. I just don't know where to look.
They do have a website.
Oh. See, I told you it was possibly satanic. What's it say?
Libby looks at Zelda's computer. Meredith enters wearing her camo pageant gown.
Yes!
You won?
Hell no!
Kicked out, huh?
Lifetime ban! You know what that means? It means I'll never have to wear this stupid thing ever again.
Meredith starts taking off the gown.
And you know what that means.
I
You will.
have computed the odds of that happening, and they appear to be, let me double check. How about that? There really is a number less than 0.
By God, somebody in this house is going to win a pageant. And if it's not Miss Hay, let's fire a warning shot at the Porta-Johns over there. You.
Me?
You said you could turn her into a pageant winner.
I said I could try.
Now look at us. Down to almost nothing.
I'm free! I'm free! At least that's something.
What in the world make you think she could get away with actually firing that stupid thing?
We had no idea it would spook those cows over in the show ring. That's another reason why you should have pigs. Pigs don't usually stampede like that.
That was awesome. That was like being in that town in Spain. If those pageants were that much fun, I'd have gone a long time ago.
Oh, just sit down and get drunk again for all I care.
Sounds good to me.
My whole life is ruined.
All right. Well, now that that's behind us, I have an announcement.
Don't tell me you think you found the Loch Ness Monster again.
No, but I'm pretty sure Bigfoot is the result of some government experiments.
Excuse me, I realize this is probably a bad time, but you think you could go ahead and pay me? That way I can be going.
What is that thing?
Go ahead, ask it to make you a drink.
A drink, huh? What kind of beer you got?
Press 1 for light, press 2 for regular.
Light, I guess. Gotta watch my figure.
Oh, dear God, what happened?
You said you wanted him to stop drinking. I just programmed in a little electrical shock therapy.
Well, is he gonna be okay?
Probably.
Probably? That is your father! Well, on the other hand,
Anybody else got a drinking problem they want solved?
I should really be going now. Maybe you can just mail me that check.
Wait a minute. Nobody's going anywhere.
I swear I'll never drink again. Here, take my cigarettes too.
See, it's working already.
Dear God. If that's light, I'd hate to see regular.
so what's regular like?
You know how in Star Trek, whenever they send one of those red shirt ensigns down to the planet with the main characters, you know how something bad is going to happen to him?
Yeah, I guess. Why?
No reason. No reason at all.
All right. Now listen up. Here's the plan, people.
There's a plan? A plan for what?
A plan for how we get this town back on the map. Back on the grid.
Better not be the electric grid.
So here's the plan. Cow pie bingo.
You know, just forget the check.
Not so fast, or you get the coffee machine.
Face are stead on stun. Terminate with extreme prejudice.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Oh, put your hands down and act like a man. It's only a stupid coffee pot.
Copy machine resents that remark.
Besides, we have a pageant going on.
A pageant? Where?
Copy machine is not stupid.
You tell him, Zelda.
Copy machine has intelligence capacity of calculating.
I'm afraid of that thing.
It's all right here. The first annual Hurleyburg Volunteer Fire Department Cow Pie Bingo Contest and Beauty Pageant.
Well, let me see that. Meredith, you come back here. We got one more. All right. What do you got this time? We're going to give it one more shot, but just not a shot like last time. Meredith, this is it right here. This is the one.
This is the one what?
The pageant you're going to win.
Oh, no more pageants, no way.
Oh, just one more. Well, you can win this one. We're going to be bringing home a trophy from this one. I can feel it. Or maybe it was that gas station sushi we had on the way back. When they said California roll, I thought they meant a sandwich.
Why is Dad hiding behind the sofa?
Calculating.
That's why.
You might be right.
You mean about eating raw fish with the eyeballs still staring up at you? I swear that one winked at me.
About this being the one where you bring home a trophy.
See, even Thomasina.
Zelda.
Thomasina.
Zelda.
Thomasina Landry Hardbuckle.
Zelda Moonscreen, Vampirina, Princess of the Darkness, Troll Slayer 905. Or if you prefer, simply Zelda, Queen of the Universe, version 2.0. I've made a few upgrades.
Fine, whatever. Even your sister here agrees with me. When has that ever happened?
I have a database on that, actually. Turncoat. This is the first time, actually.
Oh, just think about it. This cow pie bingo. Doesn't that just sound...
Disgusting.
Meredith. Just need to use your imagination.
Oh, I'm imagining.
You two imagine all you want. Now here's what we need to do to make this contest sing.
Singing, have you tried singing? Sorry, I'll just stand over here and out of the way.
Maybe I could just go into the kitchen.
Calculating! Calculating!
For some water, I swear, or juice, milk. I'll drink milk if I have to.
Fine, you go on.
Anything to get away from that thing. Oh.
We have a pageant to get ready for.
You maybe, not me.
Right.
See, Zelda agrees with me now.
Hey, I thought you were on my
I
side.
am.
But you just
Will
said...
you people stop it and pay attention? If we don't get this right, we could be overrun by hordes of godless communists or ruthless invaders or pod people. You know that's where vegetarians come from, don't you? Pods. And in the future, they're gonna start rationing food. You think I'm crazy, but I've heard people talk about it. 2 peas in a pod. That's all you get.
Nobody here thinks you're crazy, Grandma. We know it for a cold, hard fact.
A prophet is always without honor in his own homeland. That's it. Homeland. Somebody should call Homeland Security.
Mother, we really don't have time for this right now.
If you don't make time now, you'll have worse things than pod people coming after you.
What's worse than pod people? I'm just curious.
Well, Oklahomans. Or maybe Arkansans.
Hey!
Read the rules
What? What rules?
for the pageant.
Oh, I know the rules. They're always the same everywhere you go. Have been for years.
Suit yourself.
Or Nebraskans. I don't think we want any Nebraskans here either.
Maybe Meredith wants to read them then?
I don't care what they say. I'm not doing it.
I think you want to read these.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Girls, would you settle down now? We have work to do. Well, actually, you have work to do.
Here, maybe you want to read them then.
Okay.
And Yankees. Definitely no Yankees.
So, you need a dress.
Not the northern kind.
And you need a swimsuit.
Not the baseball kind.
And we need a talent. God knows we need a talent.
Definitely not the do-dandy kind.
Rhonda.
Not now. Can't you see I'm busy?
That's right. She's busy. I'm busy. We're all busy.
Not me. I'm busy staying out of this whole thing.
Fighting off global conspiracies is hard work, you know. It's 24/7.
You know, if you lived on Mars, it would be 25/7.
Oh, that means the aliens are working overtime.
Please don't distract her with nonsense like that. It only encourages her.
That means all those little green men have a head start on us. Oh, that's it. I just figured it all out. This whole green energy kick the liberals and hippies are pushing, the Martians are behind it. They're coming to steal our oil wells and coal mines and take them back to Mars. And all we'll have left is a couple old windmills and some commie pink on solar panels. Try cooking your T-bone steak with that. You'll have to become vegetarians then. No!
On the other hand, as long as it keeps her out of my hair.
And the worst part is I hate peas.
I really think you need to look at this, though.
Fine, whatever. There, I've looked at it. Nice graphic.
Did you read it?
Well, you didn't say read it. You just said look at it.
Zelda said to read it.
I don't know why I need to read something I've read 1,000 times before. Well, all these pageants are the... Well, does that say...
Yes.
Is that a misprint?
I don't think so.
But that would mean...
That's right.
What?
You're ineligible for this pageant.
Yes!
But you are. Me? Well, that's what it says. To be eligible, contestants might be no younger than.
Well, you don't have to read that part aloud. Everybody here knows how old I am.
So am I eligible?
And no older than.
All right, fine. Be that way. Back to fighting global conspiracies.
Contestants must have not won any previous pageants whatsoever in any way, shape, or form.
None? None at all?
Absolutely none. Never, ever. And then it's a whole page of never, ever, 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 ever.
Is that all it says?
Well, there's one more thing.
What?
Two more things, actually.
Oh, well, tell me. Tell me everything.
Contestants must have or be willing to get a Dallas Cowboys tattoo. One on each. Okay, well, I think that's no.
I want to see. One on each.
Rhonda checks to make sure she still has the tattoo.
Well, that means... Looks like it. Oh, God. I need to sit down. I think I'm going to cry.
Rhonda starts to cry tears of joy. Zelda takes back the computer.
All right, well, if we're done here, I think I'll go outside and shoot some.
Well, if you see any pod people, don't shoot till you see the rings of the round.
Oh, it's true. It's really true. I'm going to be Miss Cow Pie Bingo, aren't I?
I'd say it sure looks that way.
After all these years. Do I get a crown?
Oh,
And a sash?
well, it doesn't say, but I assume.
Oh, and a trophy. Will there be a trophy?
Oh, sure, everybody gets trophies nowadays.
I've never been so happy in all my life.
And I've never been so confused. But hey, if it could get this town back on the map and keep the Jolly Green Giants at bay, I'm all in favor of it.
Oh, wait a minute. There's a problem.
What's that?
Well, I'm not a miss. Do I still qualify?
Oh, well, I
Zelda hands the computer to Debbie, who reads off the screen.
This being the South, all contestants shall be referred to as Miss, regardless of marital status.
Oh, I can't take it anymore.
All right. Someone want to tell me what's going on here?
Sure, I hacked their website.
You did.
Seemed to solve a lot of problems at once, you know.
True, it did do that.
Zeke enters, holding a carton of milk.
You know, I think I've been missing out on something. This milk here is pretty interesting. Tastes kind of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Sour.
Calculating, still calculating.
Lights out. Several days later, at the Cow Pie Bingo, the stage is empty. From off stage, we hear Horace.
Hey, stop that. Put that down.
Horace enters with Meredith behind him, pointing a gun at his back.
I'll just shut up and keep walking.
You'll never get away with this. This is unconstitutional. I got First Amendment rights.
Yeah, well, this is the Second Amendment right here.
That whole thing about the pen being mightier than the sword, I think we need to run a correction on that.
Oh, shut your pie hole and take pictures of the crowd.
But there isn't any crowd.
Don't worry about that. We'll just put them in later. Isn't that right, Zelda?
Do you want screaming crowds or crowds standing in silent adulation?
I think screaming crowds. What do you think?
Then these English soccer hooligans should do just fine. I just need to put some cowboy hats on them.
That's dishonest.
And this is loaded.
Well, I suppose I could take pictures and then you can do with them whatever you want to.
That's the spirit. All right, now let's get ready. Here it comes.
What comes?
The annual Hurley-Burg Cowpie Bingo Parade, of course. It's a tradition.
From the back of the theater, Rhonda and Debbie enter. Rhonda is in a pageant gown with a tiara and sash, waving to the crowd. Debbie is tossing flowers.
How can it be a tradition if we never had one before?
You just leave it to me and my chief's propagandas.
Wikipedia says it's a tradition, or it will in a few seconds. You're not going to argue with Wikipedia, are you?
Now come on, let's go get a good seat before they're all gone.
But there's nobody here.
Don't worry, they will be in the pictures.
Libby and Zelda go find a seat. Horace takes up a position from which to take photos, with Meredith behind him. Much like an overseer on a prison road gang, Rhonda is elsewhere on stage, waving to the crowd throughout the scene with Debbie nearby.
I can't believe that I'm a beauty queen. Oh, after all these years.
I can't believe what that cow has done all over the field. How are they ever going to get that ready for a football season?
Hey, you'll never guess what I just got asked to do.
They want you to be groundskeeper again.
Oh, good Lord, no. They said they'd rather use a tribe of goats than hire me back. In fact, I think that's what they have now. I think I see them up there on that roof over there.
So who asked you to do something?
The Dallas Cowboys! That should be easy. It's all artificial turf. Wonder how they got my number. I didn't even realize I sent them my resume. Hell, I didn't even know I had a resume. Oh well, Dallas, here I come!
You did that, didn't you?
Is it my fault their website was so easy to get into? Much like their backfield? They really need to upgrade their offensive line.
Since when did you start following sports?
You pick a few things up here and there. You think Mom would like to be a cheerleader?
I wouldn't push her up.
Whatever. Who's the governor of Texas these days?
Why do you ask?
Because he's about to sign an executive order putting Hurleyburg back on the map.
What? You can do that?
I am Zelda, Queen of the Universe 2.0. Told you I was making a few upgrades. Now, if you could just figure out how to get the Dodgers back in Brooklyn.
So we won? We won? We really won? Oh, sweet Jesus, victory is ours. The forces of good is triumphed over the forces of... Wait, what, does this mean that the aliens will know where to find us now?
Pretty sure the aliens already know where to find us.
Batten down the hatches. Lock up the women and children. The British are coming. The British are coming.
What in the world?
Remember the Maine.
Don't look at me, I'm just trying to kill trolls.
Sometimes you scare me.
I have no idea what's going on.
We can tell, just keep taking pictures.
Well, I guess I should be heading back to Dallas.
Too bad that whole pig barbecue restaurant thing hasn't worked out for you.
Yeah, maybe it never will. Well, you know what they say when pigs fly. Oh, what's that?
I'm not sure, but if it's what I think it is, you just got yourself some wings.
Calculating, still calculating.
The lights go out. Or maybe a flying pig falls to the ground. Who's to say? All we know is Rhonda keeps waving happily to the crowd. The end.